Put my chick inside some Louis and some Valentino. Put my bro inside some Gucci and some Moschino. They want my money like it's a casino.
But I was seeing in your story the other week, some mad situation about NFA, police reports. Like, what happened there? If you can like share, like, what happened there, man?
So I had a business partner, and he'd come down to my office. They actually wanted to manage my social media account. They were kind of like, oh, you should create a course, you should do this, do that. And I was kind of just like, wasn't interested. I had no courses available at the time, wasn't really interested in making one. So I said, I'll give you guys an opportunity to work with me and we can just go from there. So we ended up taking on board clients to grow their like PPC accounts. We'd manage ad accounts, we would grow social media platforms, we'd work on loads of different projects. We worked in like Web3 NFT space quite heavily. And it got to a point whereby I trust them enough to the point where it's like, you guys can just accept cash. Like, I don't want to do any accounting, I don't want to deal with any money. I just get paid my cut, you guys deal with that. Everyone had a third of the business, and that was how it ran. It got to a point where a few weeks ago, I'd received no replies, loads of payments coming in, big payments as well. And it was kind of just like, what was going on? I left it for a while, and because they're based in Milton Keynes, I'm based in Birmingham, it's like, let me just leave it. I then made the decision to just go down to Birmingham, to go down to Milton Keynes and see what was going on. I pulled up to their address. Pulled up because we're like the way. No, with a few of my friends, of course. The way we are is obviously we're from the ends. So the way we deal with situations isn't the way that situations should be dealt with. We deal with situations by like, okay, cool, we'll have like a face-to-face conversation, no violence, but for my own security, I'll just be with my people and we'll go from there. So I'd gone down to the address and I'd actually received some payments when I'd gone to the address, but not the full payments. And then
may you disclose, or was it?
Yeah, so the payments I'd received was like 1.4k from this guy called Joel. Don't mind naming him, but this guy Joel, he'd paid me 1.4k and it was meant to be a 5-figure payment. And it wasn't even, he wasn't even at the address. It was 11 p.m. He said that he was getting a haircut, and so I'd spoken to his little brother. And so I'd gone to the address, gotten a little payment from Joel, who apparently was getting a haircut. His little brother was in contact with me. And then cool, we'd left it at that. I'd gone home, and even when I'd called him that night, I'd still received no responses. And so it was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna have to pull up again, because when I pull up I get a response and I receive some money. When I don't pull up, I hear nothing. And I'd pulled up now, and for the second time, and there was just loads of police. There was like loads of police. I'd been arrested under a few different charges, possession of like different types of weaponry, firearms, etc. The worst. I'd had both of my, so I'd got a Milton Keynes address and my Birmingham address. Both addresses were searched. I was in cells for over 24 hours. So I'd slept on the blue mats, didn't eat, didn't drink anything.
Was it hard? Were they hard?
Honestly, it was hard, but I didn't really mind. So this is what actually happened, funny enough. I called Brian. I used one phone call to call Brian, and I'd been like, bro, I've written down this new marketing strategy that I think we should implement now. It hit me in the cell. I'd asked for pen and paper, and we'd actually made a couple thousand overnight. I think we made about 3,000 pounds.
While in jail.
While I was in cell, we made about. I'll show the evidence as well and sort of reconcile the time of my sort of jail. It was the time of my time in the cell and the time in which Brian had made this money. Yeah, we made a few £1,000s while being in cells, just by implementing a new strategy. And it was like, damn. So I guess it was hard, but when you've made a few thousand, it was kind of just like, I'm gassed. And obviously I know my innocence. So with the police, I told them, yeah, take my house keys, so they don't need to use reasonable force. They can kind of just use the keys, walk in. Did a house search, found nothing, not even anything that could be a cause of concern. And so they'd release me immediately, and no further action had been taken on the matter. But the reason why Joel and Emmanuel had done that is because there's a new law in Milton Keynes. In Milton Keynes, I've like lost a friend of mine, been stabbed to death recently, and a few incidents like that have happened. So they've got a new, they're doing like a new sort of law enforcement thing whereby if you're caught with any types of weaponry, it's instant jail. And so I guess I'm not really mad at the situation, because if I was in that situation and someone did pull up on me with weaponry, I would want the police to take action immediately. So I can't be mad at the situation, but I guess it's just like, because it wasn't actually the case, I don't know how to feel about it, if that makes sense. It's a weird one.
So what? So as soon as you pulled up, they were like kind of waiting for you in a way?
Yeah, so at first I'd knocked on the door and I said, is Joel at home? And his dad had said, yes, someone actually answered the door. And I was just like, okay, cool. So I stood back just because I didn't want to be threatening to them. And I just waited there for about 10-15 minutes. And because they said that Joel was in, I just waited. But police had come shortly afterwards, and I found myself arrested.
Were they come to you with force, or was it more, it was kind of civil?
It was quite chilled. Honestly, it was quite civil. I was just recording myself. It was all calm. It was civil, to be fair, so I can't complain. They dealt with it in I just can't complain. They dealt with it in a reasonable manner, to be
Yeah,
fair.
yeah. So at least you weren't too stressed. Or...
Yeah, not stressed in the slightest. Before, I think my mum was more worried than me.
Oh, what?
I got in contact with my mum while I was in jail. She's just like, Adam, what's going on? I told her what was going on. She was like, fair enough. Keep me updated if you can. And I'm going to see you as soon as you're out, to be fair. So she was chilled with the situation.
Just 24 hours.
Yeah, literally.
Nah, that's smooth, man. At least, thank God you're out of that situation.
Literally.
I don't wish jail on none of my brothers. Man.
Honestly, no, that's the last thing I'd wish, especially when your innocence can be proven. It's annoying, to be fair.
But is the situation sorted in terms of Joel and...
Yeah, it's sorted. The police did just say, like, because with me, I'm very open online, so I just went straight to social media, like, this is what had happened. Joel owes me money, and obviously, even when I posted online, I'd gotten correspondence from Joel, like, oh, your money's coming soon, bro, da-da-da-da. I got, like, a video of him saying, yeah, I'm gonna send your money, this, that. So it's dealt with, but I'm still gonna post online about it, if necessary. So again, yeah, it could come back up, and sort of you never know these days. So we'll see what happens.
So what, do you see? Oh, it seems like you've had good experiences with business partners, but then that one experience kind of ruined it. So how do you see yourself moving forward, trying to avoid situations like that, or it's just how
to an extent, I feel like it's the game. But then again, I'm very careful with who I pick as my business partners. I do like background checks now, so credibility checks on people, like what have they done before, what do they do now, any certifications, that kind of thing. It sounds weird, but I mainly work with people that have money and that have done things in business. Only because those two guys, Joel and all those types of people, they didn't really have anything going for themselves. So it's like if they see 10k come into the bank, they're gonna do whatever they can to kind of like get as much of that as possible. Even if it means sort of me having to take a hit, I feel like they would, for them it's worthwhile. Whereas with the business partners that haven't done those types of things, we'd made disgusting amounts of money, to be fair. So that's how I'm going to deal with it.